Oh man, I'm teaching digital media this year. Is going to be a great place to teach content creation. So great studio. This is going to be awesome. Oh man, I'm so excited. I get to teach computer maintenance this semester, show students how to actually solve and fix computers. This is going to be a great space to use for building computer labs. We have to share space. A huge problem in teaching is that sometimes you teach multiple things like computer maintenance or digital media, and they do two completely different things. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to use the same space for different projects. Here are the problems that I had to come up with. A lot of us have similar problems as we're going through. So what's useful is to kind of write these problems down and to be talking about them. For computer maintenance, I need a place to store equipment, and all of that equipment is big and bulky. That means for digital media, I need a way to hide all of the stuff that I'm storing so that it will still look visually appealing in our set design. The next problem that I have is the ability to put kids into groups in computer maintenance whenever we're taking apart computers or building PCs or doing a hands-on assignment. I need a way to kind of spread out, be mobile, and have at least 4 to 5 different stations, not just be it all clumped together on one little table. And then my last problem in computer maintenance is I need a way to keep tools organized, but also in a way where I put them out of the way so that I do not run into a problem with having tools out whenever we're trying to actually film something cool in my class. With some of the difficulties in digital media, the other big issue that I have with digital media is that all of my lighting equipment, I have a couple of lights. I need to be able to light my green screen. I need to be able to light my students. I need to be able to set up a tripod. There's not a great place to store any of those. So I need to be able to have them set up in a way where they don't become a tripping hazard. The next problem is that I need it to be visually appealing for my school. Having tools laying around, having all of these different things, like it's cool to have a green screen, but if it's not something that's well lit, then it's not going to work well. I have an area there, but if the solutions that I've made for computer maintenance look bad, then my studio is going to look bad too. And then finally, I need all of this to be somewhat mobile. Either I can tuck it away into a corner if I need extra space, or I can set multiple things up and have a way where I can set up multiple labs or multiple filming studios whenever we're filming in different groups. And that means I can leave some of my digital media equipment fixed, but for the most part, I need to be able to make it mobile, move it around. So let's go look at the solutions that I came up with. Obviously, this is a mess. And one of the things that I need to be able to do is I need to be able to set up everything pretty quickly when it's in the mess situation. And so here are the ways I've said it. Let's start with the lighting equipment for my digital media, because I think that's the biggest issue. Because if a student trips and hurts themselves on it, or if a student trips on it and breaks some of my equipment, like I'm a teacher and all of this has been paid for by the school. If any of this stuff breaks, then basically I have to wait a whole nother year before I can go in and replace it. So this is how I would set up a basic studio. Now, by myself, that only took a couple of minutes. Once I train my students how I want the studio picked up and cleaned up, then all of this stuff can quickly be taken away and put away. Now, I have the benefit of an extremely long classroom, and so I'm utilizing that as much as I can. I try to keep all of my studio equipment in a specific area where students know where they're going to go. Now, my big things right here that can be tripped on, I've got to get those out of the way. So what I try to utilize are my back corners where I don't have anything set up. And the other benefit of this is that I am switching to this brand of lights. I still have a couple of these big ones, but every year I'm trying to get one more set of these. Now I have a total of 4 of these, So these are a lot more mobile and a lot easier to put away. I can roll them up, I can stick them up against the corner and move them that way. I have my key light, fill light. I've got a backlight back there for times that I need a backlight. I've taken some old ones which are lighter weight and I'm using them as my set light, cast a light against my green screen. Turned a really difficult situation when I need to film into a way where I can easily have 3 or 4 students go set it up, clear everything out, and it looks just so much nicer. The big problem with storage for me was finding the furniture that I could store everything. Luckily, someone else was already teaching computer maintenance, so I inherited a few. The first one was a big metal cabinet. This is where I store all of my laptops and all of my tools. This allows me to keep things fairly organized. Now, whenever we actually take a look in, what we end up having is a bit of a mess, and that's okay. Our point is to actually just have stuff that we can take apart and see what they actually look like. Laptops, I have some cables, I have some cords, I have some keyboards here, but I also have my tools. The tools that I get, I try to get precision tools, and I also try to get ones that have a specific type of storage already built inside of them. This set right here, I got as part of my grant whenever I decided to build out my computer lab. These were really nice. I got 2 of these. These have pretty much every single tool I need in there. The other thing that I inherited from the previous computer maintenance teacher is this nice little box. Now, it's a bit of an eyesore. I have to figure out a way to hide this whenever I actually do film. But I've got 2 metal drawers where I can keep some of my smaller electrostatic bands and power supply testers and just random little things that go with computer maintenance. The last thing I had is my bookshelf. I keep this one covered up. And the reason being, these are all my cables and wires that I need for building out cables, showing different wires. I have not found a great way to store those, but I'm getting closer. And then there's always next year. Here's my solution for trying to make everything mobile. Having groups of 3 or 4 people working at different computers, taking them apart, putting them back together, doing different hands-on labs. Whenever my digital media people create their stop motions or start filming, then we need spaces for those groups to actually plan and build everything out. These are super old tables. A lot of them are kind of broke. I begged, I borrowed, I stole. I've got all these old tables that work great for students to get around, collaborate, film, or take apart computers. These are not really the right height. I had to solve a new problem and also get more space for people to actually work around their stuff. So let me show you what I got. So I've talked about these tables before in a few of my videos. They have wheels on the bottom of them. And we've also got some places to store and hang different stuff, but we use this as a podcasting table, set up our stop motion studios when we do stop motion. We use this to basically, I can get a group around each of these tables. And what I do is I use it, I'll push it away in the corner whenever I'm not needing it. This also works as a great teacher table for me to put in the middle of my room, set my laptop up so that I can monitor students in an active way. I got them as part of a grant, but I'm thinking about buying one for myself to bring over here to be just a third table, to be my actual teacher table, because it was less than $150. It's awesome. I need to be both technical and creative in my job. A lot of times what we're trying to do as teachers is figure out how to do both of these in a limited space. Here's why I made this video. I want to know what your classrooms look like. I want to know your strange problems that you had to solve and how you did it, because I by no means have that awesome Instagram classroom where you just like post it and they're like, oh dude, that's so cool, I'm going to get all the things. No, I have a mishmash of stuff because that's what we can afford and that's what we have on hand. So how do you get creative? All the technical things you need to get done. But in the end, all that really matters is the student. Hey, if you got any value out of this video, please like. If you want to comment about what your classroom setup looks like, please comment down below. And also, if I earned it, please hit the subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me. If you are struggling with trying to find the right equipment for your classroom, I have this video that you can go to right after this that talks about just 10 items that I use every day in my classroom. Hey, I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you later.